You think it was 2001?
I can't see that even.
Can't see what?
If you got something on there, I can't see
I
it.
don't have anything on there. I'm just videotaping you.
Oh,
So, your dad was born what year?
two.
No, I don't think he was born 2000. He was born in what?
I don't know.
1901?
Two?
1902? You think he was born in 1902?
I think so, somewhere near there.
He could have been. He could have been. So, what's your earliest memory that you have of your mom and dad?
I don't remember.
You don't remember anything at all about them?
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell me something you remember about them.
I think Mother was born in 1901.
1901. Well, okay. Could have been.
What was that door for?
So it'd be darker and this would come up better. We can see you better on this. I don't like that thing being in the picture.
Don't break my walker.
Why? Do you use it all the time?
I use it when I go in the bedroom.
Do you? Okay, well tell me your earliest memory of your mom or dad. How old were you when you remember them?
Oh, shoot, I don't know.
Well, did you all ever go outside and walk together? Did she ever bathe you? Did she ever put your clothes on? You remember anything at all?
I don't remember her putting my clothes on.
You don't remember her putting your clothes on?
I put my own clothes on.
Well, what about when you were 2 and 3?
I don't remember when I'm 2 and 3.
What about when you're 4 or 5?
I remember something about them putting my clothes on.
When you're 4 or 5?
Mother put my clothes on.
Do you remember the first house that you lived in?
Oatley Wainscot.
Oatley Wainscot. What kind of house was it? Was it a little house, big house? Do you remember it all?
It was an ugly house.
An ugly house. Do you remember where you slept?
I slept in an old bed.
By yourself or with brothers or sisters?
By myself.
By yourself. So when you were born, how many older brothers and sisters did you have?
I was number 7, I think.
Number 7.
I think.
So there was Eugene.
No.
James Lee
was first.
Okay, who's next?
Eugene.
Okay.
Let's see. Bill. Ethel, I think, was the first girl.
Okay. So was Cecil older than you?
Yes.
Cecil was older than you.
Cecil was younger than not Barb, Ethel.
But I mean, did Cecil come after Ethel or did you come after Ethel?
I came after Ethel.
So, okay, that's 5. And then Cecil came after you?
No, he came before me. He was older than me.
Okay. Cecil was older than you. So that's
And
6.
me.
And then who?
Me.
Okay, then who? Who came after you?
Let's see who was after me. You have them down there?
No, I don't know who. I don't know. I'm asking you.
James Lee.
No, you've already said him.
He was born long before me.
Right. How old was James Lee when you remember? When you remember James Lee, how old was he? Well, I mean, was he a kid?
No, he wasn't a kid.
He was an adult before you
He
remember him?
No, not adult, but he was
Teenager?
quite a bit older than me.
Okay. So Betty came after.
Betty came after me.
Okay, then what about Paul?
Paul came after me. He was a lot.
Paul came after you, then Betty came after Paul, or the other way?
Betty's older than Paul.
Okay, Betty, then Paul. Who came after Paul?
Me.
No, I think you're older than Paul.
That's what I said. I'm older than Paul.
Okay. And then who came after Paul?
Betty.
Betty came after Paul. I thought Paul came after Betty.
No, I think.
Okay, who came after both of them?
Me.
Me? No, I think you were born before them. Who came?
No, I wasn't.
Who came after Paul and Betty?
Me.
No, Mom. I think you're older than them.
I know. That's what.
Well, you came before them. Who are your youngest two sisters?
Betty.
Okay, Betty's probably younger than you, but who their youngest two?
Paul's younger than me.
Okay, well, who's the youngest two of the bunch?
Barbara and Betty, I think.
No, there's somebody else you're leaving out.
Betty.
No, you've said her.
Paul.
No, it's a sister who's a little bit older than Barb.
I can't remember.
What about Judy?
Judy, yeah.
Okay.
Judy is after Betty.
Okay, now you told me another time that we talked that you don't remember much of anything before 5 because at 5 you went to Aunt Ethel's.
Yeah, I was in Aunt Ethel's.
Now you told me another thing that some of the others didn't go, but you went and Paul went.
Down to Aunt Ethel's.
Yeah, did Betty ever go?
Yeah, she was down there too.
She was down there. Okay, how many?
And Ethel went.
She did go too? Ethel did go too?
Who?
Ethel? She went down there to Aunt Ethel's?
She was down there long before we were.
Okay. So out of all the kids, did everybody go down there a little bit?
Let's see. James Lee didn't go.
He did not go.
He was mean.
Okay. Did Eugene?
Eugene stayed down there.
Stayed down at Ethel's?
Yeah.
Aunt Ethel's? What about Bill?
Bill stayed down there at Aunt Ethel's too.
Okay. So, how many of you were down there at one time?
Let's see. I was down there. Bill, Betty, Eugene. I know they were down there.
At the same time as you were?
Yeah.
So what did y'all do down there?
We cleaned her house, mopped her floors.
What did the boys do? Did they do the same thing?
They helped.
They
mowed the grass.
They mowed the grass, and did they clean the house too?
Not usually.
Not usually. Okay. So what did y'all do for fun down there at Aunt Ethel's?
No fun.
You
We
didn't
had
have
to clean the house all the time.
I mean, y'all didn't go out and play or anything?
Not much.
Oh, okay.
Because we was always cleaning the house.
Did they have any animals?
You know what? I don't know where we had dogs or not. Seems like we had dogs.
Okay. What about at your mom and dad's? Did they have any animals?
Yeah, they had dogs, cats,
Did they have horses?
horses.
So did you ever ride a horse?
Of course, I rode them all the time,
How old were you?
just so I could get up on it.
So where did you ride to?
Just rode around the farm.
Okay. By yourself?
Yeah,
I mean, Paul or Betty or none of the others went with you much?
sometimes.
Sometimes they did. So how far did you ride?
I just rode around the house and around the farm because we had a pretty good sized farm.
You did? So what did your dad do for a living?
He worked for other farmers.
Work for
He
other
helped
farmers?
them raise tobacco.
Okay. So your mom was plenty busy at home just cooking and
Yeah,
cleaning.
that's right. That's right.
So you said some of you went to Aunt Ethel's, so some
Yeah.
of them stayed with your mom?
Yeah, Uncle Gene. My older brother stayed down there with us.
Paul?
Eugene, no,
Not Paul?
he was younger than me.
Okay.
Bill and Eugene and James Lee didn't stay because he was too mean.
What do you mean he's too mean?
He had too much temper. He'd smack
He'd smack somebody?
Uncle Gene and he'd smack Aunt Ethel.
Did he ever smack you?
Probably.
You don't remember.
He's mean.
Was James Lee the meanest one?
James Lee was the meanest.
The meanest of all?
Yeah.
Who was the nicest of all?
Eugene.
And Eugene was the nicest. So did
Is Eugene dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Did
Did Eugene and James Lee ever fight?
Probably did.
You don't know?
I don't know. But
You remember ever fighting with any of your brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I remember fighting.
You do?
I remember fighting Ethel, and
Who won?
I don't know. I probably did.
You think you did? So when you say you fought, what did you all do? Smack one another, knock each other down, what?
No telling.
No telling.
Probably all of them.
Okay. What about Betty? Did she ever fight anybody?
She was mean too.
Betty was mean too.
She wasn't mean as what us, so
Oh. Okay.
I was the meanest.
Well, okay.
No, I was mean. Paul was mean.
Now,
Betty was mean.
I thought Paul was meek.
He's kinda.
Yeah,
He wasn't too mean.
I didn't think he really got into it too much.
I don't think he fought too much.
So, if you had one word to describe all your brothers and sisters, I'm going to name one.